Hi everyone, I'm Talia and today I'm going to show you how I index in my bullet journals. So obviously there's not a lot of opportunity to index in your adult life. So my system for indexing has evolved and I wanted to show you my journey to a system that I am truly happy with. Okay, so this is my first bullet journal. We'll come to my berry colored one later. As you can see right here, my first indexing got kind of crazy. I wasn't sure how much to write in the numbers, how much to write here. So these titles are pretty long and a little messy. So I had my key on page 1 and then I have a June and July calendar because I was trying combining months when I started it. And then I have my tracker and my to-do, and then I have my June dailies, and I put all the page numbers over here. It was on 4 through 7. Then it goes through 10 through 11, 16 through 17, 22 through 25. I have a toddler schedule and activities spread right there on page 8 and 9. Anyway, what I'm pointing out here is all this gets really meticulous, and it's hard to find something on this because it's just so busy. So I have simplified the process and I'm going to show you what that looks like in my new bullet journal. So my new bullet journal index seems a lot cleaner and a lot simpler to me. So let me explain how it works. Unlike in the first one, I'm only putting the first number here. So I don't have page 8 through 9 anymore. I just have page 8. Because if I turn to page 8, I will also be looking at page 9, just the way it works. Okay, so I don't have a page 1 on here because it was just a quote. So here it is, my quote of the year. And then I turn the page and I'm on page 2. And that's when I start my January, is on page 2. And what you can assume from my future log is that it continues, and it does. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on 6 we have something different. So 2 through 5 are my January trackers. Obviously I kind of fell off the boat in the later half of the month. But that's 2 through 5, and so then I start my future log on page 6. So I don't need to write 2 through 5 right there because I know just by looking at it that 2 to 6 is January. Okay, so then I have my future log on page 6 and 7 because on 8 we have goals. So future log, page 6 and 7. And then on 8 we have my goals. And that's still goals. 10 is still goals. And then finally on 11 we're back on day spread. So this is my day 1 of 2017 and I did a little journaling right there. And then we jump into my weekly and my dailies. So what does that look like in my index? I write, so I have my future log and my goals. And after that we go back into January. So I put 11 there because that is when it resumes being January dailies and weekly spreads again. Because the truth is, when it comes to the months, and I have January, February, March highlighted, so that I can temporarily see where the months break up. When it comes to the months and your dailies and your trackers, you use them a lot while you're doing them during that time period, but you usually don't need to reference too frequently a June daily. And if you were doing something like a calendex, you would have written the page number down anyway. So there's really no reason besides that to reference those pages. At least the way I bullet journal, there isn't. And then occasionally I will have a slash. These lines get a little long, a little busy, because on page 26 I have Art and Fear and Journal to the Self. And those are 2 books I'm reading. And so those are pages to kind of take notes on the quotes that were inspiring me. So I have them facing each other on the page. I'll show you what that looks like. So on page 26 I set it up so I could take notes on Art and Fear and I could take notes on Journal to the Self. So those are facing pages, so that's why I did a slash so that I can see that both of them start on page 26. I don't have to do a line for 26 and 27. I could do that, but I kind of like to keep my index simple. If it gets too specific, I feel like you lose the quickness of the index. It's not a perfect system. Sometimes I make mistakes, like I accidentally wrote 63 down, even though that was a journaling page. I was gonna write journaling. I was like, wait, I already have a journaling section. So it's not 100% perfect in my mind because it's still pretty new, but I am really excited with how it's working and how it turned out. And as you can see, last week I did my March, so that's where it ends. So I hope that this video was helpful. It was very short and sweet. Just wanted to throw out an idea of how I index my bullet journal to see if it helps anyone that's struggling with keeping the index clean and easy to manage. If you have any tips or tricks for indexing, I'd love to read about them in the comments below. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and as always, thank you for those thumbs up. See you next week. Goodbye.